YouTube, welcome back to the channel, man. So today we're just going to do a quick video recapping of Dev Stream 159 by Digital Extremes. Before we get into this video, I do want to recommend that you do go over to Play Warframe and watch the full dev stream because they do go over a lot of stuff in this dev stream. But I'm just here to kind of give you the bullet points, and that way you know the information and I'm not taking up too much of your time. This dev stream started out a little slow. It took him about 15-20 minutes to actually get the ball rolling, but once that ball started to roll, it had a head full of steam, man, because there is a lot of stuff coming up in Warframe. And like I mentioned earlier, February 9th, we're already getting new content post New War. A big update is coming, a bunch of UI upgrades and performance things, but also a lot of quality of life stuff. So let's not waste any more time talking about it. Let's get straight into the video. If you enjoyed this content, or if this video helped you, please do us a favor and like and subscribe down below. It only takes a second, man, and I'm giving you about 6 or 7 minutes of content. So all I'm asking of you is just to hit that like and subscribe. Keep tuning in. Support your boy. Enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, so breaking it down by date, February 4th, there's going to be another dev stream. So I recommend going over to Twitch, follow Play Warframe on their channel, and also on YouTube, go to Play Warframe and subscribe to their YouTube as well to keep up on all the latest and greatest. Next, February 9th, update 31.1 dubbed Echoes of War. I see you, DE. Y'all watching my channel, and you know what, man? I appreciate that. With update 31.1 dubbed Echoes of War, there are going to be faster load times, UI upgrades, and performance enhancement. Now, they didn't mention anything about consoles, but they did say for PC there's going to be a lot of extra stuff to download once this update drops. So hopefully that stuff can translate over to console. But if not, hey, it's no worries, man. We still got crossplay and all that stuff coming up soon, and they did talk about that a little bit, and I'll talk about that as we make our way through this. Also in update 31.1, the new war is going to be replayable. So if you've already went through the new war, you obviously know you can't replay it at this moment. But on February 9th, when this update drops, new war will be replayable for all those that want to go back through. After knowing everything that you know after going through it, you'll be able to enjoy all of that content once more. There are also going to be Lich/Sister progenitor quality of life changes. And the biggest one that Reb talked about was the fact that if you're going for a certain weapon, she used the Kuva Lich as an example, and as a Kuva Lich user myself, I'm going to use that example too. If you're trying to go for the Kuva Lich, and when you go up to pairs on them, it shows something other than a Kuva Lich, well, you can skip it, go to extraction, and restart the mission. Whatever weapon that was that popped up that you declined will be erased from the drop table, so the next time that you go there, you will not get a repeat until you've chosen a weapon. So you're narrowing everything down piece by piece, run by run, until you get exactly what you're looking for. So this is really good because I know myself and my girlfriend, we have both spent hours and hours. Man, I'm trying to get the Kuva Lich so I can balance fusion, and it just takes forever and ever. Now keep in mind, they did not mention the fact that right now, if you were to get a Kuva Lich, go and kill the Lich and get that Karak in your arsenal, if you go back to try and get a Kuva Lich directly after, you will not get a Kuva Lich. So you can't go back to get the same weapon. They didn't talk about this, so I don't know if that's also being changed, but I know as of right now, you can't go and get a Brahma, kill the Lich, get your Brahma, and then go back and get a Brahma directly after. So just keep that in mind. A few new augments are coming. Frost, Gauss, Ureli, and Grendel all get new augments coming in this new update. New Manticores from the new war are going to be in the free roams. Round 21 Tenogen skins for Haro, Titania, and Wisp sentient skins. Finally, these things are dropping. Haro looks sick. You know I love my man Haro. That's my favorite Warframe in the game, so I can't wait to get my hands on this. And I cannot wait for this event. Star Days is coming back. Ticker is taking us back through the Tunnel of Love, and we're all going to be able to get those neon wings that you can use as a decoration in your orbiter, a couple of weapons, a lot of glyphs and emblems, and overall a really cool event. So I will go ahead and tell you this. To get the items within this event, you're going to have debt bonds. So get to work, get out there in Orb Valis, do a bunch of bounties, and get a mixture of all the different debt bonds. If you don't know how debt bonds work, boom, right there in the top right of this video, you can click that, and I explain everything you need to know about debt bonds. But when it comes to Star Days, essentially just look at it as, okay, I need to do a certain bounty to get this certain type of debt bond. Go ahead and run that, stack up on them before this event gets here on February 9th. That's pretty much everything for the February 9th update as far as I can remember. Now we're moving on to post-New War and what the big mainline update is next. The biggest portion of this mainline update that's coming soon, it doesn't have a date yet, but it's called the Angels of Zariman. They did say that there's going to be more information about this in the March Dev Stream. So again, go and follow their Twitch, sub to their YouTube, and pay attention to all the news that's dropping. They did mention possibly some new mission types and new enemies, and they did talk a lot about the Archons making a return, possibly. So we could be looking at a new type of Lich to add to the system, because right now we have the Grineer as the Liches, the Corpus as the Sisters of Parvos. And I've always wondered, are they going to do something about, you know, an infested type of Lich system? Of course, Archons aren't infested, but it is a really freaky looking enemy that, you know, very much resembles like an infested type enemy. So I am definitely hype about this. Some other things coming down the pipeline. Eximus rework with their intelligence. You know, they want the Eximus to really stand out, the force strategies, and to give better rewards when you kill these Eximus. So they didn't get too deep into it, but they did say they wanted Eximus to stand out more. They wanted them to affect the battlefield more and to generally force a strategy upon the player and really change things up. So I'm hoping this is more like the Bombards or the Bombalists or whatever you want to call them during the disruption missions, where they really stand out. You know that they're coming, but obviously they're not going to have something beeping to let you know that they're around. But, you know, maybe they'll have like a certain aura. Maybe they'll be much, much bigger than the other enemies. You know, who knows? But I tell you what, the Eximus strongholds and the sorties, now that's going to be something to really, really look forward to once they actually drop this into the game. They also mentioned up to 16 augment reworks coming along. They didn't mention whose augments were going to get changed, but they did say that they looked over the least used augments in the game and they are planning on really focusing on those to make them more viable. There's also a Protea skin on the way. You know, my girlfriend, she plays Protea most out of all the Warframes. She used to play Korra and Mirage, but once she got her hands on Protea, she really hasn't looked back. And I noticed that this Protea skin is more like, it's more cloth. You know, it's got more of an Asian kind of theme to it. And while I love this skin, and so does she, I noticed that her other skins that she has, which is very little, are more, you know, like robotic. This one being more so like a cloth and garb type of skin. This is a really different take on Protea, and I absolutely love the look of this. I can't wait to see it. Zaku is also getting a deluxe skin. I did not grab a screenshot of this, and I could not find any flyers for this, and I don't really want to use DE's content on my channel. So again, I'm just going to say go ahead and check out Play Warframe on YouTube or Twitch, catch the VOD, and they do talk about this and show a little preview of it as well, although it is more of a concept art at the moment and a little bit more techie stuff. They talked about new hair techniques. They want to kind of take the operator hair and make it a little bit more fluid, a little bit more soft and realistic. And that also translates to the Kubros and Kavats. Their hair is also going to change up in the future. And they also talked about adding facial hair to the operators. So there's a lot of, you know, small stuff on the way. You know, a lot of people probably don't care about the hair and that sort of stuff. We only see our operators so much, but you know, they're taking care of the finer details, and I have to kind of give it up to DE for that and appreciate their hard work. I do hope that in some of these future updates, whether it be on February 9th, which they did talk about some bugs being worked out, I'm hoping to God that it's for the bounties. DE, I did post in your all's forum just talking about some of the bugs that came with some of these bounties, that some of them have been here for a very long time when I had to do research on them, make sure I wasn't doing anything stupid, namely the data keys on Orb Valis. When those data key carriers don't spawn, at least when it came to farming Aya, because you always wanted the bonus on Orb Valis when it came to Aya, because there was a 50% drop chance in the very last mission. And when you are forced to fail because those data key carriers don't spawn, that's a little bit of a motivation killer, and it really was. The further Prime Resurgence went, that was a real motivation killer. But that pretty much wraps up this video. I really hope DE works out those bounty bugs, because they are just such small bugs that I know they can be fixed pretty easy. It just depends on their list of priorities. And if they're going to host another Prime Resurgence-like event that really leans on bounties, that they fix these things. It was just really hard to keep going for those 3 months, 2.5, whatever months that Prime Resurgence was around. So all this other stuff that I mentioned, though, they are really hard at work. They're coming right out of the gate off of vacation for Christmas, and you know, obviously we got COVID and all that stuff. They're coming out of the gate swinging. There's a lot of stuff coming up. Just to kind of break this up into really short recap, February 4th is the next dev stream. February 9th, update 31.1 Echoes of War is going to drop. That's also going to bring to us Star Days, round 21 Tenogen skins, new Manticords, augments for Frost, Gauss, Ureli, Grendel, the Lich Sister Progenitor quality of life changes, the new war is going to be replayable, and the faster load times, UI upgrades, and performance is all going to be addressed in the February 9th update. And then everything else, post new war, we have Angels of Zariman coming, possibly new mission types and enemies, the Archon probably coming back into the fray, an Eximus rework, up to 16 augments being reworked, a Protea Skin, Zaku Skin, facial hair, Kubro hair, Kavat hair, and regular operator hair are all being addressed coming in the future. And of course, crossplay, they did say that it is still a thing. It is actually working. They are just trying to get some of the finer details worked out. And as soon as they know something, they will definitely let us know a date. Just be patient, let them do their work. The system is already pretty much working. They just have to knock out the nitty-gritty. So y'all enjoy your weekend. All right, be safe out there. I'll catch you in the next video.